So it's late April, and as you'll remember from previous episode, my son Brendan just arrived from Canada to meet me in the boat here in St. Lucia. It had been a long, cold winter up north, so you know the first thing on Brendan's mind was, let's get some drone practice. So we did a little search on Google Earth and found there was a big field just behind the marina we were situated in. Upon further investigation, it turned out to be a massive international stadium. So we went down to have a look, and after a chat with the authority of the stadium, we got permission to go inside and use it to our heart's content. And man, did we have some fun. In a big open area like this also gave me opportunity to try out a new idea I'd been toying around with. We got this new camera a while ago and haven't really had a chance to show you guys too much about it yet. It's a Xiaomi Mi Sphere 360-degree camera, and I've done a ton of shooting with this camera, but we haven't had a chance to edit any of the footage because obviously it's a different kind of footage altogether for a different type of video. But you're going to hear a lot more about this one in the near future as we start getting some of those videos put together and uploaded for you guys to sample. But anyway, I got the bright idea to throw this thing on top of our Mavic Pro drone and fly it around the stadium as an experiment just to see what it looked like looking at the world in 360 degrees from the top of a drone. And it was cool, so I think you're going to see some more of this stuff in the near future. If you want to check out more about this camera, just have a look in the text description below and I'll put a link into where we got it. So that was all fun, but later on I had to get back to work, so we went back to the marina we're at, which is the IGY Rodney Bay Marina in the north of St. Lucia. We had a quick job to do here before we can leave St. Lucia, and with Brendan on board and all his new gear, we had some new style shots to collect. So we spent several days going around the property and filming with the various cameras and drones and put together this sample little commercial for IGY. So with filming for IGY all wrapped up, we were pretty much ready to get back on the move. So we put Sophisticated Lady out in the anchorage and started getting ready for an early morning departure. As the sun was going down, we found a couple of neighbors in the anchorage also flying Canadian flags. Upon talking to them, we realized they had just come back from where we were heading. Both boats had spent the last several months up in the hurricane zones, so we asked if it'd be alright if we came over with our camera and had a little chat about their experience up there. Yes, it is sunset, and we always do sundowners somewhere, so whether on our boat or someone else, and today we got invited over to some new friends that come over that are friends from the channel. And they're here on another boat. There's two boats actually, the one you see back here and the one just ahead of us called Quantum Leap, which is two Canadian boats, so all fellow Canadians. So looks like we're gonna have some fun hanging out with some fellow Canucks tonight. We see that Canadian flag. Brings them running, eh? So we're here on Quantum Joy, and we're meeting with some new friends, as I was saying, from Canada. Cheers to Canada. And we've got Quantum Joy and Endless Summer and Ralph. Al, sorry. And Jan.
Joss.
Erica.
And Erica. Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having us aboard.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. But yeah, these guys all just came back from where we're going. We're going up north to document the hurricane zones, and they just came from there. So they just came from BVI, St. Martin, Dominica. I think you said even Guadeloupe.
Guadeloupe, yeah, we're there.
Was Guadeloupe affected much, or
Guadeloupe was it Dominica or Guadeloupe? One got missed.
Guadeloupe was missed. Guadeloupe was missed,
It was
and then Dominica was destroyed.
Yeah, Dominica had a lot of issues.
Yep.
Yeah, so was Dominica, was it, I heard that the hurricane went straight through like the middle of it, just like cleared a path. So is it more towards the north? Like I still haven't been there and seen anything other than just the pictures when the original reports came out.
It was pretty widespread.
It was
everywhere
widespread.
we went.
Yeah?
It was, because we toured the base of the whole island, and it was, you tell that everything was stripped. The trees are just stripped bare, and they're just coming back now. And there's no fruit there and stuff yet. They're just starting to come back, and so it's going to be a while before they're. I mean, it's green again, which is nice, really nice. But there's a lot of devastation. Roofs are still haven't been fully repaired yet.
No power in a lot of places.
Yeah, most island no power.
Oh, and that was a question I had for you as we head up there. You said no fruits or anything. Like, is there any markets? Can you buy stuff,
you
supplies?
can still buy stuff, but no local stuff. I'm expecting to find some great local fruit. But
It's all imported now.
yeah, it's all imported. Yeah.
So they are getting supplies.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering, should we stock up a lot in, you know, Guadeloupe, but Martinique before we head north from there or something?
Well, until you hit Guadeloupe, because Guadeloupe is stuff, but
no, you can
Dominica.
you can still get stuff
much.
there in the markets. They're bringing it in, but it's not local.
But you have to go on the north side, not on the south side.
Okay.
South side doesn't have much.
So yeah, the status of Dominica is pretty much, it was, I mean, I'm not looking forward to seeing Dominica. That was always my favorite island. And now it sounds like just devastated. And nobody's paying any attention to it at all.
Right.
You don't hear anything.
Yeah, that's where the Pays were, right?
Yeah.
The Pays were there, and they did a lot of work. We came down with the Salty Dogs from the States.
Yeah.
And the Salty Dogs sent about, 4 boats or 5 boats into Dominica that helped out and rebuilt for the Pays area. The Pays are the boat boys have organization in the north end there, and they help the yachties out for getting services done on that. And they have marine balls and.
I think they built a school, or they were helping with hammering.
Yeah, they rebuilt their dock system, and because it was all gone, they rebuilt they have a little party area, they have barbecues now, they rebuilt that with sinks in for them, plumbing.
Well, there was we are members of the OCC as well, and there was an OCC boat from the US who collected around $20,000 from his friends, sailing friends, and he donated it there as well. So I mean that's recorded in the OCC newsletters.
Nice.
But most of it went to the north side and not the south side.
Yeah.
So the south side is a little bit upset that everything, all the attention was on the north side, because that's where you can anchor and not on the south side.
Right.
Down in Rousseau.
Yeah, they were the people there were not happy with the efforts done there.
Yeah, that's where I usually stop first, is Rousseau on the way north. Usually around Seacat's place. I don't know if he's still around there or what. I haven't been there in a couple of years.
Yeah, he's still there, Seacats. We took one of his marine balls and south end before we hopped over. He's still there. He has like 2 or 3 marine balls.
Yeah, I was going to spend a few days there, and then we'll head north from there and go up to Portsmouth.
Yeah, the
And see
Pays
what that's
are
like.
going there, and they.
And the market in Portsmouth, there's lots of stuff there, lots of vegetables and
So stuff is available now. And there's still no, like, is there problems now with any of the boats in the anchorages or anything like that? Anybody worrying about getting boarded still? Or
Not where the Pays area up north, not an issue. They
We were on the south side, and there was we asked them if it was safe. They say of course it's safe. However, just before dark, another gentleman came on a boat, and he said, well, if you pay him a little bit of money, he would take care of it as a night, that nothing would happen. So there were some kind of problems, but this was a local guy, he was a security guy, and he said, well, I will take care of those boats who are here. But we paid him a few dollars, and we had no problem at all.
Yeah,
Never-
bit of a
never-
security
yeah,
fee.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they're always good with that. I remember even years ago I used to go to Dominica and everybody was always worried about it, and the main problem was just people who would just, you know, anchor outside the mooring balls and sit there and ignore everybody and not look after the boat boys or do anything with them. But no, if you make some friends there and look after somebody that's going to look after the boats, then usually you're pretty good. That's why I was wondering if it's similar, if it's returned by now. Because I know for a while, for a couple of months, everybody was like, don't go anywhere near Dominica until they get more help. They've got big reserves of help coming. But that was the problem, is that people were becoming desperate and they were going out and robbing the boats, you know, anything they can find.
Yep.
And then from there, you guys, north of there, the main difference, like the main devastation you found was in Barbuda, starting north of there?
Skipped a couple islands because we were up to, what's north of there? St.
Arts.
No,
St.
St. Kitts?
No, St. Kitts and all that is there, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's what happened is Irma was the first one that went through, and it
Yeah.
went through the northern Caribbean, starting at St.
Yeah.
Martin. But when Maria came through, she crossed a path straight through Dominica and then turned north and hit everything else, and it missed those few islands in between.
It's weird, yeah.
So that's why Dominica, you know, it got devastated, but Guadeloupe to the north and anything to the south at least got missed. But yeah, what did you guys find in the BVIs?
Well, we were there in December. There was not much. Like it was like really brown, a lot of garbage still on the hills. When we stayed till January, then you saw the growth coming back, and then it was hidden. So I'm sure there's still a lot of garbage left on whatever on land.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Boats was a
building
disaster. Everything
roofs.
it was bad. Like
Garbage
whole
ferried across all the hills.
Patola Road Town was like there was no car and damage. Like every car had damage, and not little damage. Like windows out, doors out. Like it was a
Well,
mess.
It's hard
It
pressed to
was-
find a car that's not damaged.
all the resorts were closed. There was
Yeah.
not a single resort open. A lot of resorts being wiped away, completely gone. Sunsail in moorings, they lost 90% of their boats, gone. The 10% they could save, actually they had to rework them. They had to fiberglass them and rig them. But they brought in pretty much every night, they got a container ship bringing in new boats from Europe. Even the Spanish and Greek and Turkish flags are still on the boats. They came, they rigged them overnight. Our understanding was, when we talked to the people from Sunsail, they got 200 workers from all over the Caribbean coming in there to help to get the charter fleet going. You could see 5 or 6 rental boats. By Christmas, there were like 100.
Wow.
So it was unbelievable. They worked day and night they worked day and night on those boats.
What's St. Martin look like now when you guys were there?
Not great.
It was horrible. I think the
When
French
was
side.
that?
We were there in January. Well, middle of
December,
January.
1st December we were there, right? Then January?
Oh no, we bypassed it.
No,
then.
we bypassed.
Oh, okay,
We
you
went
guys
to
just-
BVI's first, and then we came in.
Yeah, so
in
we were
middle of
there in
January. We were
December.
on the French side, and we stayed till after the Heineken Regatta. So we left the second week of March. So we spent 7 weeks in St. Martin. But
Oh wow.
the French side was horrible. I mean, it was just all the resorts are destroyed. We spent 2 weeks in Marico Bay, and then we moved to Simpson Bay. Spent the rest of the time there. All the resorts are closed. They're rebuilding. They're rebuilding them, but
Slow.
there was a guy told me that there is where we were. There was a resort, but it's 4 stories. They found a car door that went to the 4th floor through the wall, through rooms, and they found it in a bedroom. It went, so much force was there. We talked to a lot of local people who who've been there and went through the storm, and they say it was just horrible. They would never want to go through that again.
So we'll call that a wrap for this episode, but for those of you that always like more, just keep an eye out for the Vimeo edition of this video, which will have the full interview. So stay tuned for next episode when we pull anchor and head north for Martinique. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll see you out there.